Hi guys, welcome to another Modern Marketing. My name is Dr. Ryan and I have a great guest today, and that is Orlando. Today we're going to be talking about, really it's a topic that affects every industry known to man, to be honest.
It affects life.
It affects life. And that's what's exciting about this topic, is it's applicable no matter where you are, what you're doing, whether it's you're running a business or not. This is a great topic. So with that said, I want to get right into it. I want to be nice and short today. It is Friday. So we're going to talk about simplifying a project management process with yours truly and Orlando. Orlando, why simplify?
Well, I mean, if you look at this is scary. It's great information.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's needed to you need to understand it, but you have to digest that and then clarify it in a way that your team can understand, goals and why we're doing the project, etc. So it's a great slide. But I present this to an executive team, and they're going to freak out, and they're going to go. They're going to,
or even, God forbid, a client sees this.
Yes.
They'll be like, "Okay, I hope you can do it, right?" Because
I might impress them.
Yeah, but how do you even execute? Where do you begin?
What does it mean?
And I see red. I see a plethora of colors and gradients, but this is, I hate to say it, but this unfortunately is common. If someone were to document a project. This is what it would look like.
Think about where project management started. It started with building airplanes. It started with doing a building. So definitely, if I'm going to build an airplane, I want to make sure I take care of everything, because a little mistake can mean lives.
Huge, yeah.
But what we do doesn't kill people. Normally.
Normally. Marketing.
So I have to take this and customize it to my culture, to my business, and that's kind of what we want to talk about.
Excellent. So let's move right on to it. I want to be. Kind of take what you see here and make it where, hey, this is tangible for not just individual projects, but the world in general. And it can be done, and really we put it in 5 simple steps. I'm going to read through them, and we're going to dig in. I'm going to have Orlando dig in a little bit more, but really define the goal, come up with a plan to execute, work through the plan, keep the team on track, keep everyone informed, and wrap up the project. Orlando, I'm going to hand it over to you to kind of summarize as we dig in a little bit deeper on each one.
So we said it takes care of life, because I can do this for a project you assign me to. I can also do it for a project that my wife assigned me to during the weekend. Yeah. It's basically, where do I start? Well, I just want to know why we're doing it and what it is that we're trying to accomplish, right? And if everybody's clear on that, then we can go ahead and move forward with it. But we first have to kind of define why. And on the business side of things, we have to justify it. So it's not only saying what, but the why is also very, very important. So as a project manager, that's one of the first questions that I ask. Not only what are we going to create, but why are we doing it? Does it match our goals as a business? And if those answers are yes, then we can kind of move forward with the project.
Let's move on to the next one. Step 2, come up with a plan.
So then after I know the why and the what, then I can go back and figure out with the team, who's going to do what, when. Yeah. Right, and then start assigning tasks and
how
and the how
they're actually
going to build, right?
Executed.
But again, going back, everything should go back to the why and the what, and then I can build that plan. Some people like to build a plan completely before they step into it. Nowadays, we talk a lot about agile, so we're just kind of building it in chunks.
Yep.
But even for the small chunks, we still want to build a plan. It's going to be agile. It's going to be quicker to do, but it still has to be defined so that people are clear on what's expected of them. So.
And I like the reflection of the agile mindset, being able to always look back at the why and the what. I think that's always, it's something that can get lost in a massive project, or even, to be honest, in a small repeating project, it can get lost. So as long as it's there, it's good. Step 3 is work through the plan. Talk to us a little bit about benchmarks and tasks and everyone doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So now that I have a plan, I put it into action. And so, if think about strategy, there's 2 main things about strategy. Planning it, which is writing it. I can write great. Yeah. Executing it, actually getting the result. And so in order to get the result, now that I have a plan and I have the people who are going to be involved, a project manager is like an orchestra director. They're not playing any of the instruments. They're just making sure that everybody's hitting the right note at the right time.
Love that.
Right? Yeah. And so you've kind of follow that. And you make it clear for everybody, when something is due, the type of information that I need from you, so I can provide reports to management, things like that. But just keeping it according to plan, always willing to change.
Yeah.
But if there's a change, let's go back to the why.
I love that.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's go back. Okay, let's make sure that it's really needed, and if it's needed, then we put it in place. But you execute because you already kind of have a plan.
Yeah.
It's like I'm from Puerto Rico. We get all the storms there, right? If I don't plan before the storm, there's no way in the middle of a storm with my house falling apart that I'm going to know what the next step is, right?
Yeah.
So the plan is going to help you with that. It's going to kind of help you step by step. It makes life simpler, I guess.
Exactly. I always hear this great, which I love, this crazy story where it's like you can't really build the plane while you're flying it, or you can't change the tire while you're going 80 down the highway. So those are the things that's what happens in project management in our world, unfortunately. And that's when I think, I'm going to reiterate again, coming back to the why and the what is so important. It's like, wait, how about we change the tire when we get to a stop? AKA, why don't we change the tire when we get to our phase 2? Because we can wait until then, because it's going to impact so many other things.
And this is where the project gets very, there's a lot of collaboration.
Yeah.
So as a marketing agency, we bring our client into this. And that's when we do all the a lot of the changes are going to happen there.
Yeah.
And that's fine, because you want to start any changes early on in the project. You don't want to have something built and then have to go back.
Change the tire while you're going 80.
So this is a place where there needs to be that collaboration, and as an agency we do a lot of that. We get our client involved early on, and that's where all the thinking is going on. We take a wall up and we draw and we put things together. But the plan is a guideline to us. I mean, we want to stick to it as much as we can, but we also have to be open to change.
Absolutely.
Right? And the business environment that we're in, change is going to happen, right?
Part of life.
The plan helps us kind of stay focused, but we also are, open to figuring out, okay, what does a change mean?
Love that. Love that. Step 4, keep everyone informed. I mean,
that's collaboration, right? So you have a team, and you keep people from the lower level of the project all the way up to management. You have to keep everybody informed. I've done wrong sometimes in those projects. I did a great project once, under budget, under schedule, whatever. We never communicated with the sponsor. And so we thought we had done such a great job, and the sponsor was not happy. And I was like, is this guy a fool or what? Didn't he? But then I realized, you know what? He didn't even know what was going on. And he had to go up to management to report on the project, and he had no idea what he was going to report on because we failed to communicate. Wow. So communication is a soft skill, and at least when I interview project managers, that's one of the first things I look for. Yeah. Can the person communicate? Because if they can't communicate, they will not be able to get the team to work right. The project manager is not going to be able to do all the work. So he needs to be able to communicate clearly, and communicate often. You always communicate and figure out. If you like do it electronically, I'll do it electronically for you. If Christian likes it, and
phone, text,
I'll call him.
Yeah.
If it's a paper, I'll give
so adapting
paper.
And making sure that, hey, this is the best form of communication for this specific project, aka client and individuals involved. Love that.
But the main thing is I need to communicate.
Yeah, love it. Step 5, wrap up the project.
And
this is again a no-brainer.
You follow this, you wrap up. Sometimes projects, as you're building it, especially in an agile world, you start new things, right? So make it a phase 2, make it a next iteration, but make sure you finish what you started. Don't leave a project hanging. There was a kids movie that was called The Never Ending Story. Yeah. And sometimes projects become that. They become never ending stories. They drain a lot of your resources. So let's finish it. Let's complete it. Let's declare it finished, and let's celebrate, right? Because it is an accomplishment. And then we'll go to the next project. But yeah, we have to close out projects. That's very important.
I think the key protagonist was Atreyu. And Ride Falcor, and it's true. It's like there has to be an end. It can't continue on. Great movie from the 80s, I think. 80s. I want to thank Orlando. This was so much fun. I'm really appreciative of the process that has brought, with that experience and with that knowledge, project management can and should be fun. If you have any questions that want to dig deeper, here's the team. Please feel free to follow us. We are running a free audit right now, so scan the QR code. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Have a great weekend, everyone, and talk soon.